first of all, thank you so much for being here. It means so much to me. This is just beautiful. Thank you, Lynn, for just your passion, your love for helping women. I'm not going to cry, so I'm going to move on. Okay. So, you know what's funny? We were just talking about that, like how I started FemCity. And in 2009, I had moved back from North Carolina back to Miami. And I had this beautiful job at the Four Seasons doing their PR marketing for their club and spa. It was the best job ever. I had free spa treatments and free like Pilates sessions, whatever I wanted. I mean, it was like amazing because I had to write about it. And while I was there, the company paid for me to go to every networking event, every gathering in Miami. And Miami throws really great parties. I went to all of them. They paid for the $100 tickets, the $400 tickets, the free whatever I wanted. So I went to every single one. And I would go and I would always leave feeling a little deflated. And it was because the parties were amazing and that networking events were really fantastic, but I always felt like there was a missing piece of it having a community vibe to it. And so during those couple of years, I would, that was actually 2006. So 2006, 2008, I would constantly tell people, oh my God, you should start something for women. Like, you should totally do it. And they were like, what are you talking about? Everyone, oh my gosh, you should start something for women. Like, it would be so great, I'll go. And no one ended up doing it. And so finally one day I went to a lunch, and it was $100 a ticket. It was a women's networking group, and the speaker was a male dentist. And I had to watch screenshots of dental decay as I was eating my super expensive $100 salad with a side of like, not chicken breast, like for $100. I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. I'm done. This is like, I just felt like such a ripoff. Like I felt like a ripoff. I have two girlfriends of mine that are dentists. They should have been there. You know, like they really needed that and we would have supported them. So that was my propelling moment. And so what I did is I asked a couple of friends together, like I said, I'm gonna have like a little lunch. I just wanna share with you what I have this idea about. And at the time I had my own PR marketing agency. I went on my own. I was a consultant for the mayor of Miami. I used to help him with sustainability initiatives and bicycle initiatives. So I had a really growing, thriving business. I mean, I was making a lot of money. I was making a difference in my community. I sat on 6 boards. But I just felt like this connection to help women and to also create community, because I was dying on the inside not having that. Like I was really just missing that so much in my life. So I told them, I'm just gonna do this luncheon thing, and you know, you 5, if you invite a couple of friends that you feel would also appreciate it, we'll just get together for lunch and it'll be nice. And so we did. And I always share, it was not a successful lunch. It was like a really boring bridal shower. And I share that because I want you guys to know that sometimes you have those ideas and you move forward and it doesn't work out the way you envisioned. So I was like, oh, like it was great, amazing women, but we just sat there looking at each other like this. So like, it's nice, but there's no format. So the second time I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do like 2 speakers and then we're gonna have like these things. And then, so I overdid it, you know, like the 3 little bears. I went all the way to the other side. And we had 60 women show up at that lunch. It was at Smith & Wollensky in Miami Beach. I could not believe we had 60 women. I could not believe it. And I didn't know any of them. And they showed up and they were all different heights and weight and color of skin and religion and political affiliation. And I was like, my heart was like, and I love the sound of chattering. Like I literally, if it was a radio station, I would listen to it all the time. Like that sound of people giggling and laughing and just like connecting. And that's what the sound was. And I was like, oh, that was my second aha moment. I was like, this is beautiful. So I kept on running that. I did that. That was in 2009. I ran that end of that year, my son got me on this new platform called Facebook. And he just added me on, and I was like, I didn't know what this does, but okay. So we added pictures from our events. And because of that, women started asking for FemCity. Back then it was called Femfessionals. And it was so funny because friends would email me and say, okay, so I want that in my city. Who do I reach out to? Who do I talk to? I was like, that would be me, but why? Why do you want this? Like clearly Miami needed it, but why would Fort Lauderdale need it? Why would, you know, Toronto need it? I don't understand. We'll just get together for lunch. Like, what's the big deal? Like anyway, you could just grab 5 people, go out to lunch. Like we're not doing anything magical. But what they saw was something I didn't see at the time. They saw through those pictures, women really connecting, real women, like real women. And there were smiles and laughter. And that's what they saw. And I didn't see it. I thought the world had it already. So, look, you know how the world works, and you know how the universe or spirit or God works. I went and had another FemCity event, and this woman came up to me at the end of it, beautiful event. She came up to me and goes, you know what, I have to drive here every single month, and it's always sold out, and I get so stressed, and I am so tired of driving this distance, and you know what, you're selfish for not launching in Fort Lauderdale. I was like, I sit on 6 nonprofit boards, I raise a lot of money for charities, this is a volunteer role, like, what? And she was like, yeah, you're being selfish. So anyway, you know how sometimes timing is perfect in life. I had heard it already 10 times that week, and I thought, I think there's something here that I don't see, but I need to move forward in purpose and intent to see what this entails. Like, what is it that the world is asking me to do? So we launched in Fort Lauderdale. It was phenomenal. I didn't do a thing. It was all just like Lynn here, this energy, right? This spirit that our leaders have. She had that, and it felt the same way. And so I was like, well, it did well in Fort Lauderdale because, duh, we're in Miami. It's only 30 minutes, and all these people have been driving and complaining about how selfish I am. So we launched the other one in Philadelphia. So Philadelphia was an interesting test because I'd never been to Philadelphia. I didn't know the leader, the president. It was Cheyenne Palma Dominguez, and she did an amazing job. She started with 20 women, and it grew, and now we have about 2,000 women in that community. So we kept on launching, and was it perfect along the way? No. We made so many mistakes. We made so many errors. I spent money where I shouldn't have, like hiring IT people and PR people, and nothing happened. So the journey has not been easy. You know, I've spent a lot of my own money putting into that. My kids thought I was absolutely crazy. When I had to pull them out of private school, sell my Mercedes that I loved so I could put more money into FemCity, they thought I was absolutely nuts. People still think I'm nuts. But I believe in the work that we're doing. I believe in the power of all of you. And I think to myself when I cry and I think imagine the world having this. You know, when the world is telling you that women are inferior, they're not good enough, blah, 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 all that stuff. Imagine this around the world, like the power that we have. And again, it's just, all of us are just so great and beautiful inside. So that's really our story. The reason why we started adding the online classes is because Google reached out to us a couple years ago, and they said, hey, we really love the work that you guys are doing. We'd love to teach some classes on Google and how to use Google, how to get your business on the Google platform. Google Hangouts was new. So they started teaching classes for our members, and our members were like, oh my God, this is amazing. I need classes? Like, I could just take them in bed at night in my pajamas. And then Yelp reached out to us, and Yelp said the same thing. Hey, we'd love to teach your members how to use Yelp. How do you get your business on there? What do you do with a negative review? Because a lot of our members were like, I'm not getting on Yelp. Are you kidding me? I'd be out there, and what if someone doesn't like that, you know, my shipment didn't have one extra piece of tissue paper and a ribbon? No way. So Yelp also, and so that propelled us into doing the online classes as well. So if you always wondered like how that happened, it was because more and more women said, I feel like I've missed the boat on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest or, you know, and so now I teach a lot. If you haven't checked out our library, I teach probably like 2 or 3 classes a week, and we add it up there and they're free for you guys to take. But the intention is that you guys have all the tools that you need. I learn it like audiogram. I had to learn how to do an audiogram. Like, thank God I was not like on a TV show with my hair. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. But I learned how to do it, and so I created a class for you guys. So now you guys can there's no advertisement, there's no sales pitch. It's just like literally just take the class, walk you through it. And so whatever you guys need in content from that perspective, we really try our hardest to create that for you, because I want all of you guys to succeed. I want you to have all the tools. And I recognize we don't have time to watch, like I did, 6 hours of audiogram tutorials on YouTube, bypassing all the sales pitches. Hire me for this. I'm going to teach you how to make $1 million, you know? So that's the starting of FemCity. It's definitely been evolution, even the name, from Professionals to FemCity. We had trademarked both of them when I first started, and I have started getting a lot of women saying, I don't feel like I belong because it's called Femfessionals, and I'm not professional yet, and I don't feel like I'm welcomed. That was the feedback, and that killed me. So we changed it to FemCity because it was more open, the energy was more open, and we do get a growing number of women that, you know, they're full-time or they're at-home moms and they're looking to create a side hustle. They really envision their life being in business for themselves, and so that's why we changed it to FemCity. Just, it's more welcoming and open so that every woman feels like they're home. So, and I did not cry.